Ja, herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Interviewrunde. Bei mir ist der Alex Langer, Millennium Lithium. Millennium Lithium hat einen riesen Run gehabt und deswegen freut es mich, dass ich auch am Stand von Commodity TV ihn interviewen kann. Ich nutze auch das Equipment von denen, deswegen freut es mich umso mehr, brauche ich nichts mit rumschleppen und die kümmern sich auch gleich ums Editing, ist super für mich. Alex, I said in my introduction, you're Millennium Lithium.
Yes.
Millennium Lithium has a pretty good run. Fantastic lithium story. Lithium is hot still. Is 2 years ago it looks like that's the flavor of the month, but
That's right.
now it's the flavor of the last 2 years.
Well, absolutely correct. Yeah. So we saw a big lithium run, kind of, 2009, 2010, and a lot of projects were discovered. A lot of them were supposed to go into production, and a lot of them didn't. I think there was one in Argentina specifically. So yeah, lithium is really being driven right now by the EV demand for electric vehicles.
For sure.
You see it here in Germany, all over North America. I was just in China. It's absolutely crazy the amount of interest there is in EVs, and that doesn't include battery storage as well, which will also be a very big component moving forward of lithium demand.
So, but coming to the project, it is in Argentina. Which stage you are and on what you are planning for the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, absolutely. So we picked up the Pastos Grandes project about 18 months ago, and we've been aggressively pushing it forward towards production. So it's quite exciting. We just finished our drill program about a week ago. So we'll be coming out with our maiden resource report in the next 3 to 4 weeks. From there, if it looks positive, and we hope it does, we'll move into the PEA, and we're planning on completing the PEA early next year. And then if that looks good, we'll do a full definitive or bankable feasibility study within another year.
So how the drill results look so far?
Well, exceptional. We had one hole.
Exceptional?
Really quite good. We had one hole that was over 381 meters of brine with 535 parts per million average grade, open at depth as well. So it seems that the deeper we go, the better grades we're getting as well.
Okay, and it's starting from the surface, or?
In some areas as low as 7 meters.
Okay. Wow.
This one in particular was about 200 meters where we intersected the large brine.
Okay.
We've also completed our pumping tests. We delivered over 60 straight hours. We got 28 liters per second, which is really quite high. Anything else in the region was about 15, so almost double that.
So that means you will leach the lithium out of the brine?
It's solar evaporation.
Yes.
Yeah, so in essence what you do is you pump up the brine liquid, goes into a number of solar evaporation ponds, you let that percolate, it evaporates, and then you add in your reagents before you put it through your processing plant. What comes out will be a battery grade lithium product, probably 99.5 to 99.8% pure.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, you finished your drill program.
Yep.
PEA next. Bankable feasibility study, maybe then shortly after.
Exactly, about a year after. We'll also be doing a full pilot plant as well.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to make sure when we're in production that everything is running smoothly. Lithium mining, at least for brines, is not traditional mining that you'd be aware of. Nothing like this.
Yeah.
It's more of actually science or chemistry. So you pump up the brines, you have to make sure that you have the right, ingredients to come out with a proper brine. So it's a lot of testing that needs to be done. You need to understand your evaporation rates and things like that. So that's why we're building such an in-depth pilot plant.
So that's me. Normally, I must say this PEA and the bankable feasibility study is normally a boring time for shareholders.
Sure.
There are not too many information coming up.
That's correct.
So, but it's, when I understand you right, it's mean also that between these works, when you work on the PEA and the feasibility, you do a lot of work between, so that the news flow
it'll be non-stop news flow, absolutely. So the resource we come out with obviously will be inferred in some areas and things like that. So we'll be constantly drilling. And as well, you're correct, during the pilot plant construction, there'll be a lot of news.
Coming to the shareholder structure.
Yep.
How many shares are outstanding, biggest portion of shareholders, and how much cash you have?
Yeah, absolutely. So we completed a financing about 6 weeks ago. So as of right now, we have 54 million shares outstanding. We have $11.5 million cash.
Good.
We're getting warrants exercised literally daily, so we're bringing in a couple $100,000 a day as well, which is quite nice. Management still owns around 25%, so really a high ownership.
Wow.
commodity discovery fund out of Switzerland. They're our largest shareholder independently. Most recently, we brought in some new funds. Sprott, we brought in a fund from Hong Kong. I would say fund ownership is total 25% as well, and the rest is retail. We have a really strong retail following. We trade about 500,000 shares a day on the TSX and over 1 million shares in Frankfurt.
Is there any ideas of CapEx, what you need? Or?
Yeah, so we're targeting a number around $200 million, which we feel is reasonable for a company of our size. That would deliver approximately 10,000 tons per annum of lithium. Our project is much bigger, and if a group wanted to come in and do 25 or 30,000 tons, that's definitely doable. But in terms of our CapEx and our expertise, we're comfortable coming out with that number. Okay. We're planning on funding about 50% through debt and 50% through equity. And if everything comes out positive in the feasibility study, I feel confident we'll be able to do that.
Alex, I think this was a great start interview.
Yeah, thank you
for that. Ja, das war jetzt ein erstes Interview von Millennial Lithium und wie er schon sagt, Projekt ist in Argentinien, Lithium ist auch klar, die Aktie hat einen sehr guten Lauf gehabt. Man muss auch dazu sagen, dass sie sind jetzt sehr, sehr gut finanziert mit über 11 Millionen. Dann muss man auch noch dazu sagen, dass das Projekt an sich mit 200 Millionen relativ überschaubar ist an Capex-Kosten. Sie wollen rauskommen mit ungefähr 10.000 Tonnen Produktion. Dann Bohrprogramm haben sie gerade abgeschlossen. Nächster Schritt ist die PEA-Studie und darauf ein Bankable Feasibility Study. Das sind natürlich normalerweise Zeiten, wo relativ weniger Newsflow ist und dadurch eigentlich eine eher uninteressante Zeit und deswegen geht in dieser Zeit normalerweise auch der Aktienkurs retour. Aber sie haben in der Zwischenzeit sehr viele Sachen, die sie machen wollen, nämlich vor allem Pilotplan und so weiter, also Pilotanlage, wo sie mehr oder weniger diese ganze Chemie, die man braucht, um das Lithium rauszulaugen, testen wollen, weil es keine herkömmliche Produktion ist, wie man Lithium selber normalerweise produziert, sondern es wird aus einer Lösung rausgelaugt. Spannende Sache, deswegen ist auch der Kurs relativ hoch, weil sie sehr gute Ergebnisse gehabt haben zu einem sehr vernünftigen Preis und auch die Grades und auch die Tiefe, die Größe des Projektes dafür spricht, dass es weiter expandiert werden kann. War das erstes Interview, halten wir es einmal auf der Agenda, Millennial Lithium von der Edelmetallmesse 2017. Tschüss und Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.